this is the Hellion from the Hellion Rocks, bringing you new badass rock and roll all the time. Today we got a special guest in the house. We've got Tim from Feel Never Real. What's happening, man?
Doing great, brother. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. So Shauna O'Donnell turned me on to you guys. Got me a review copy of the record, the new record that's coming out. We'll talk about that. And, it's some good straight-up rock and roll music. Give me a little rundown on Feel Never Real, man.
Man, I appreciate the kind words. We've been together since '04 and out of the Dallas, Texas area, and it's our third record, and I think this would be our first on a label. So we're pretty excited about it. Head to a radio, or I should say terrestrial radio, April 14th, and record's out April 15th, so we're pretty excited about it.
That's awesome. And the title of the record, man, tell us behind it. Give us the title and tell us the story behind the title.
Rock Rebel Gold is what it's called, and it's truly, man, it's kind of a collection of hillbilly rock, for lack of a better term, or, which is, we're originally from Paris, Texas, so we're relatively backwoods as it is, and it's probably, probably one of the more true efforts, I guess, we've made.
Nice.
You say true, where we're from. I'm sorry?
You guys are a three-piece band, but you don't sound like a three-piece band, man. You guys sound fuller than that, so that's a cool thing. Why do you guys choose to remain a three-piece?
Man, we've actually tried the four-piece thing a couple of times. I was all about it. The other two guys, they didn't like it, and but I play guitar and sing, and I kind of liked it. It took a little work off of me, which I'm kind of a big Beatles band kind of fan. I like bands that everybody sings and plays, and so that's kind of what I always wanted. But just not the case for this band, and I don't think it ever will be. So why that's the case, I don't know. It's not like we didn't get along with the people. It just wasn't the same. I guess like the magic just wasn't as much there. However you want to say that.
I got you. Yeah, it kind of took me back a little bit because I listened to the stuff before I actually did any checking you guys out. And when I found out you guys were a three-piece, I was like, damn, these guys got nice full sound for that. It works for you guys.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, man, that's actually a comment that we get quite a bit at live shows that people are taken back that we get that kind of sound out of it. And I don't know that there's any key to it outside of the fact that the bassist is really good at, I won't say like he's, changing the world, out there on the bass or anything like that, but there's just a real good kind of back and forth between that and the guitar, and obviously drums are filling in the holes, so it just works well together for whatever reason.
Nice, man. One of the things when I was talking about you guys to some other people that they brought up, people wanted to know was there any kind of meaning behind the name of the band, and where did it come from?
It originated from just seeing these initials FNR on a mower or something to that effect. It might have even been a forklift at this place I was working at. I was like, I'll make something out of this, and so we did, and it really didn't take on any meaning until we wrote Feel Never Real, the song, on the first record, and it really took that meaning really more as if, you're living your life, it just seems like it's not really real to you. It's really like you can see other people's reality before you'll ever see your own. That not to be deep, or anything like that, but it's how it is, man. Like I don't know, or maybe I'm different. I don't really seem like I don't feel like I'm gonna die. I don't feel like I'm gonna get in a car crash or anything like that. Like it's not really reality for yourself as it is for other people. So pretty much what the name means.
Nice. You guys have that, like you touched on it before. You said you guys kind of got that hillbilly sound, and to me it's kind of southern rocky, backwoods rock and roll stuff. And what influenced you guys to maintain that sound in today's music world?
Truthfully, man, I think we went even further towards that sound. I'm not saying that we're reinventing the wheel, but I honestly, I think that a lot of the music that's out there right now, and especially a lot of the stuff that's breaking, is relatively similar. And like I say, I don't think that we're doing something that hasn't been done or anything like that. To me, it's just a little bit different, and that's exciting to us. Just because I wouldn't say we're trying to not chase a trend, or trying to chase a trend. Just anything just doing. And, so the subject matter kind of changed up a little bit in this record as opposed to the other two. So, like I said, man, I guess it is something we were shooting for, but it's not like, I guess not like we had a professional reason for chasing it, I guess is what I'm saying.
Nice. That's the kind of music that I grew up listening to, was some backwoods rock and roll, and it means, it had meaning to it. It had a distinct sound to it, and you guys sound comfortably familiar, but you still have a little bit of a twist to it that makes it sound like yourselves. So that you guys are doing a great job on that.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it, man. I mean, that's obviously what anybody wants. I think that's the key to a great song. Is there needs to be a level of familiarity there, but there needs to be something that's an element that's littered in there that's different, that presents it differently.
Right, and you know what? That's what I get a lot of submissions. A lot of requests for reviews and stuff. And to be honest with you, a lot of the stuff just passes right through. It's good music, but it passes right through. And I came back to you guys, and you guys definitely are on the right track. It's not something that I would, skip over. You guys are something, worth listening to, which is why we included you on the radio show, and which is why I've been telling a lot of people about you guys. It's
well, that's very kind of
you. Still hardworking. What's that?
Well, that's very kind of you, man. I really do appreciate it, and it is funny. I really felt like, that's what I told Shauna. I said, it's going to be interesting to see how much press really gets this record or not. It's going to be interesting. It's not. It's going to have. It's going to be just different enough to where it's. I think people are going to have to chew on it a little bit. I think that's just the way that it is, and it's funny that how that's starting to happen now. Like a lot of the press is really starting to happen, and it's great. I think it's great. I'd love to see people get it. I think that's awesome, and so I just appreciate it. I really do.
Yeah, man, no problem. And I've got a review pending on the record. I'm not one to do like a quick review. If it's a good record that I really enjoy, I will go back and revisit that record several times, and I'll usually end up rewriting my review like 3 or 4 times. And I think on your record, I'm on my 5th rewrite of it, and I'm enjoying it. Other people turn on the whole thing. The music are enjoying it. So it's a good vibe, man. It's a good vibe for today's rock and roll. And moving on, taking a chance and becoming a professional musician in today's industry, that's a rough road to travel now, man. You guys are, stepping up and making some decent rock and roll out there. Has it been a hard road for you guys?
Oh, man, I bet you probably, we've been together 10 years this year, and I'll bet you the first 5 years, we got to learn how to get screwed over, and really had to learn a lot. Right. I mean, man, I'm serious. I mean, and that's truthfully what it is. And, that's part of the reason why a lot of bands, everybody wants to do it, but it's part of the reason why a lot of bands don't make it, because, man, you go through a whole lot of heartache to do this, and you really have to keep yourself, poor to some degree, because, man, you really can't take on a bunch of payments of stuff, because, man, you need to be ready to go. You need to be ready to travel, and you need to be ready to play shows for hardly anything, and, to go out there and spread the gospel of the band. So, yeah, man, it's damn tough out here. But, something we enjoy to do, and, no one's making us do it. So obviously it's something that we like doing, and I hope that we'll be able to continue to do it. And just hopefully got most of at least the initial hard times out of the way. Maybe hopefully our next problems will be how we're going to spend money or something like that. That'd be all right. That'd be a nice little change, I think.
Yeah, man. You know, I've been around the industry for quite a while. I've seen the ups and downs, and you know, you can tell the bands that have fortitude, that want to, you know, they're out there getting it, they want to try, from the bands that don't. You know, there's a lot of bands out there that are quite good, but they're happy just being their local town band. You know, and every major band here on the radio was a local band at one time somewhere, but they had the balls and the strength to get out there and make it.
You're right, and you know, it's interesting. You know, everybody has a different story, and some people have really tough times to get there, and some people don't. And you know, hell, that's just life in general. You know, and that's the thing, is it's not any different. You know, doing this is truly not any different from any other job. It's you know, there's BS to put up with. There's triumphs and there's failures, and you know, it's the same damn thing as anything else. You know, and you know, you're really right. You know, when you start talking about local bands have been there, you know, our national bands have been local bands at some point in time. I remember a local band here in Dallas, you know, which for us was really tough, man, going to a big town that none of us were from, didn't have, you know, we weren't moving here to be with a bunch of friends or anything like that. We just knew that was the biggest town around. We were coming back from, we lived in Orlando for a little while and decided to come back to Texas. And I remember this band telling me, oh, man, we're the best band in Dallas. And I was like, well, man, that's great, man. You keep on being the best band in Dallas. I'm going to go out and tour and stuff and hopefully become bigger than that.
Yep. You know, speaking of touring, you guys have the ability to take this music out on the road, or you guys, what's the plans for touring for you guys?
Man, it's in the plans. Been going through a couple of different booking agents here lately, which shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that deals with that. I mean, that seems like that's something that you deal with all the time. But anyhow, we're setting up some dates, and hopefully be able to, you know, release all those dates here relatively quick. I would imagine within the next couple of weeks. But you know, we're planning on pretty much a Midwest tour and then pretty much a Western tour after that. And then I think we're going to come back and do the East. So it'll be interesting. You know, obviously, as we see what terrestrial markets, you know, pick up on it, I'm sure that'll change the landscape as well. But I guess we'll address that whenever that takes place.
We need to get you guys over here to New Mexico, man. We're dying for decent rock and roll.
Where are you at out there?
Albuquerque, man. We got a great club here. It's called The Vault, and great lot of great national acts tour through here and hit that club up. It's a damn good club. They just redid their stage, their sound system, and you know, Albuquerque would love to have you guys here.
Well, that is cool, man. Actually, I know we are headed out to Lubbock. Or we're working on a Lubbock date for May, so maybe that's something we can try to come up with. Because man, that's not all that far at that point.
Yeah, Lubbock's on the way, brother.
Which we've gone through that Raton Pass quite a bit. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Right. And you know what? So we're talking about a live Field Never Real show. You know, tell me what we can expect if we show up and see you guys. You know, we got a good time party happening, or what's it like for you guys on stage, man?
Man, every song has its own emotion, and so I think you would see that. But you know, probably above that, we take our live show very seriously, and by that I mean we have a really good time, and you know that's what it's all about. But what I mean by that is that I understand, or I should say we understand, you can listen to the record at the house. So we dedicate, you know, to play these songs, you know, hopefully make it sound better than the record and give you every last damn thing we've got up there.
Thank you. There's far too many bands that, you know, I get out there and see, and that they get up on stage in just their street clothes, and they just get there and they play the songs. I try to play it exactly like on the record. And, you know, like you just said, I got the record at the house, man. I want you guys to totally and completely punk your record on stage. You know, we're going to a rock and roll show where we're trying to leave our humdrum lives behind and forget about everything and have a great time. And I kind of get the feeling you guys are that kind of band.
Man, we really are, man. The drummer man, this dude just, he probably understands. He probably understands, the showman thing probably better than me or Matt or I do. We just, there's so much going up there for singing and playing. Man, I'm just going to give you everything I've got energy-wise to make it as great as possible. And it just, I don't know, it's one of those deals that I don't know if you play or not, but, when you hit that stage, there's everybody talks about a stage persona. It's not that I have a stage persona or anything like that per se. It's just one of those deals that it's different up there. It's just, you're different up there, and it's, it's the reason why people want to play in a band. It's a hell of a feeling. And, so I think it compels, us to go to that level. That is what we want to do. We clearly prepare for it as fans of other bands,
Nice, I get you. We're just about wrapping up here, but there's a couple more things I wanted to talk about. If Feel Never Real could jump on any tour, what would you guys jump on, man? What band would you guys just absolutely kill to open for?
Who would I kill to open for? That's a really good question. I would probably, I guess to some degree I would look at it from two different perspectives. Who would I like to play with, and who do I think would be the most beneficial for us to play with, and I think that just comes down to me thinking that way for whatever reason. I don't know, man. Let me think on that. I really like Soilwork quite a bit. That would be a band I would think would be fun to get my ass kicked by every night on stage, because I know that's what they would probably do. But, probably no one's going to see Soilwork. Obviously, probably one that would be really killer, probably the band that I really, really thought the most of when I was a kid was either Alice in Chains or Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses would probably be, really neat. Alice in Chains would be neat if Lane was still alive, I guess. But, yeah, man, Guns N' Roses probably. Obviously, with Slash and the original lineup would be really freaking cool.
Right. Another question I have. Another question that I have for you guys is, being in the industry, you guys, on my side, I get to meet a lot of cool ass people, and obviously you guys in a band get to meet some cool people too. What is your all-time geek out moment that who you've met in your career that you just could not believe you were talking to?
Man, we have met quite a few people. I'll tell you one that it will not seem likely, and it was weird that I got kind of starstruck, and I really don't get starstruck. We've played with tons of different people, but I got a little starstruck meeting Joey Fatone one time.
Oh, wow, yeah, man, I get it.
It's ignorant as it probably sounds. I was just thinking wow, man, this dude, has been a part of this freaking singing group that I'm not a fan of or anything, but it's man, wow, this dude is probably played in front of, more people than I ever will. That's the only time. I guess that was probably the first famous person I'd ever met. But as stupid as that may sound, somebody I'd really like to meet would be like Huey Lewis, though. That'd be cool.
That's cool, man. I had a moment like that myself, but I'm listening to obviously a lot of hard rock, heavy metal stuff, and 2013 NAMM, I turned around and Stevie Wonder was right there. And,
man,
shake his hand. Just for a second, it was like we were talking or anything, but I was like, oh, that's Stevie Wonder. Hi, how are you? And,
I think
I get it. It's atypical.
I think it's things that you think you'll never meet. I guess to some degree, playing with Hinder or Red or man, we've even opened for Great White, and those are people I think that's the sort of people that you kind of expect to meet. And so I think it's whenever you meet these people that are nothing to do with your genre, it takes you back for whatever reason. I think just because it's not really the kind of person you're expecting to meet. But
I get it, man. It's very cool. And you know what? You try to be cool when you're talking to these people. You know,
yeah,
like you, I hardly get starstruck, but I did not know what to say. You know, the Stevie Wonder, you know, it was kind of a cool thing. Well, Feel Never Real. You guys got a brand new album dropping real soon at the Kick-Ass Rock Records, Rock Rebel Gold, out on Pavement Records, right? With Shauna O'Donnell taking care of you guys. This interview is going to go out to 140 countries, dude. You got the attention of 140 countries. The floor is yours. Tell the world what you want to tell
them. Man, hopefully we'll get to come see every last one of them. I mean, man, that would, to me, the coolest thing ever. I love to travel, love to see all these different places, so that'd be great.
Cool, man. You know, I'm talking to Tim, singer for Feel Never Real. I appreciate your time. I know you're busy. You know, you've got the support of the Hellion Rocks and Bleach Bangs Radio behind you, and we're going to keep spreading the word. And anything you guys want to come back with, you know, in the future, we're here for you, and we'll keep spinning your tracks. And good luck to you, man.
Man, thank you so very, very much, and I'll look into the vault, man. Hopefully we can come out and come see you.
Cool, man. We'll talk soon.
Absolutely, brother. Thanks again.
You bet. This is the Hellion Rocks, and we're out.